Organization.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event is in memory of Guram Guggenbyle. So ladies and gentlemen, could we stand please for 20 seconds in silence of memory of Guram Guggenbyle. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the Olympic Palace, Georgia for GFC 19. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tbilisi. Ladies and gentlemen, our general sponsors for this event are EuropeBet. Our other sponsors are Tbilisi City Hall, Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth of Georgia, and VitaminE.ge. The sponsors of this tournament are the Georgian Mixed Martial Arts National Federation, Security Company, Victoria Security, and Matex Fitness. The official partner of GFC and streaming live all over the world to our millions of viewers is Georgian Times Television. So ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to invite two gentlemen to the cage. First, this is the man who makes this event all possible. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the cage a special thank you, the President of GFC, Giorgi Kabanishvili. And joining Giorgi to the cage is the Head of Department of Culture, Education, Sports and Youth Affairs from Tbilisi City Hall, Irakli Vilama.
მოგესალმებით ყველა თვითმფრინავს. მე მინდა პირველი შევასრულოს ძალიან დიდი მოგებულება ხანდახანებისათვის დაფასებისთვის. რაც ყველაზე მნიშვნელოვანია ჩვენი სამწუხაროდ განვითარებისთვის არის თქვენი შემოქმედება. დღეს მართლა მნიშვნელოვანია ჩვენი დაუწყო მაგათის გურამგონიშვილის სახელობის ტურნირია. ეს მართლაც სასახარულოა ჩვენი თვითმფრინავი ჩვენთანისთვის, იმიტომ რომ ძალიან კარგად ვიცნობთ ადამიანს. მე მინდა რა უნდა ყველაზე მნიშვნელოვანია ჩვენი ქართველების წარმატება და უზრუნველყოფა ქართლის გამარჯვება და წარმატება დასაკუთრებულ დღეს. მადლობა დიდი ყურებისთვის.
მოგესალმებით. მინდა ჯერ მარტივად დაუსახელო მიმართ, თვითონ მეუღლის მიმართ, ორგანიზაციის მიმართ და ორგანიზატორის მიმართ. ვფიქრობ, რომევანგელი ერთ-ერთი შტაბის-შტაბის-ანახავი ძალიან მნიშვნელოვანი ღონისძიება და ქართული ძულები ძალიან მაღალი დონისაა და ნელ-ნელა წივივით რაშიც დედაქალაქის ხარჯაჭერა და თბილისის მუნიციპალიტეტის ხარჯაჭერა მოიდება და წარმატების მიღება.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the GFC. Big thank you to Giorgi Kabanishvili and Irakli Vilama. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the action? Then please welcome your first fighter to the cage in the blue corner, Amir Saeed.
Live stream for the Georgian Fighting Championship. This is
Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome his opponent to the red corner, Mukhari Nazitsa! The light heavyweight division. Now introducing your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 35 years old. He weighed in at 93 kilograms. He stands 181 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 4 wins and 1 loss. Representing Team Ali from Tehran, Iran, Amir Saeedia. And now, welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 27 years old. He weighed in at 93 kilograms. He stands 187 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 3 wins with 1 loss. Representing Reformer Fight Club from Tbilisi, Georgia, Mukhari Nazitsa! And your referee is now Marco Brusen.
So here we go with bout number one. Light heavyweight professional contest. Saeedia in the blue, you can see by those blue shorts with the Eurobet sponsors on. Nazitsa in the red. Nazitsa starts his southpaw stance. Saeedia orthodox with a low kick.
Both guys with similar record, similar style. Well, with the fight, nice left hand over the top.
Yeah, similar stature, similar records. This is definitely, as I said on the walkout, while you're in the cage, the toughest test on paper for Nazitsa.
Oh, you use that big one to get the clinch, but it's actually Nazitsa that's on the backhand mounted as well. Oh, he does well to get back to his feet, and in the corner. Great reverse from Nazitsa.
That's where we see that Iranian wrestling with the takedown, but the groundwork, Nazitsa really reversed things.
Got a nice tight body lock, tried to full reversal, did Saeedia. I go for the Kimura. Trying to step over now, Nazitsa gets over to half guard. It's going to be a little bit harder to put on that Kimura submission now.
Nazitsa pushing his arms straight, trying to take the pressure off.
Well, you've got to give credit to Amir Saeedia. He did actually allow his opponent to stand back because he had him in a submission, and sometimes when you're in a submission, although your opponent passes the guard, you can actually reverse from that position. You can roll over because you try to take the pressure off the shoulder.
Yeah, I think he was happy to let him stand back up. Both reset, now he's dropped back into the full guard. You can see Saeedia just holding on to the head, keeping the posture low. I'd like to see him to work those legs up now.
Nazitsa, he's limiting his time on his knees. If you notice, he's posturing up a lot, and the reason he does that is so he generates more power down with that ground and pound. But Saeedia holding on to the head, not really a great strategy. It's a good strategy for now to stop the one or two punches, but it's not a great strategy just holding on like that.
Well, you can hear the power there for us here at cage side. When Nasavic let go of those shots, he one into the body, one over the head, and there's a lot of power in those shots when he's tripod up like that.
Nasavic a couple of times tried to step over the guard, but he's kind of, like you kind of mount the horse, you just lift the leg up and trying to step over. It can be done doing it that way, but it's not quite technical as it were.
I think definitely much better work with the body lock he was using earlier. There's blood on the cage floor. I can't see where that's coming from.
Yeah, just spotted that myself. It looks like it's coming from the top man, Nasavic. He must have been caught.
It must be the top of his head. I can't see any marks on his face, but from my ankle. From behind the hairline. Again, we're in this position. That's a nice technical stand-up.
Yeah, really well done.
Let's see if he gets to now. Will Saiki work that takedown? He had the mount position very early on, but he lost the positioning.
And it was Nasavic that actually initiated the clinch as well, and he got mounted.
So you can see the cut there just
just behind the hairline. Yeah, the hairline, you're correct. See that now.
Probably from one of those sharp elbows earlier on.
Nasavic kind of time that he's going to start throwing on that big left hand. He kind of takes half a step forward before he throws it.
I think the cut's quite bad. It's actually ripping down the back of his neck through the hair.
Well, Mark Bruce, our referee, he will be having a look at that, but because it's in the hairline, it's not really a dangerous cut. The only thing is the vision if it goes into the eye.
Nasavic definitely got better range on the striking, and he's always threatening with that straight left on the overhand left with the backhand. It's making it very difficult for Saiki to get in and get beautifully. Just as I said, he gets the pick up and slalom.
Well, like we said, he was mounted earlier, he is now in the half guard.
So this is more a more solid position you're doing with me. Sometimes rather than going to the mount or rushing to the mount, if he sits in his half guard, if you want to house sits in the half guard regularly, it can be a really dominant position. Some people in the half guard that have the leg that is not in between the legs, the leg is on the outside. They normally have it too far back. You have to put your knee right to the armpit of your opponent. Nice wide base, hit him just after the bell, but no. Nasavic was not happy with that strike after the bell. It wasn't intentional, as you can tell. On the appearance of the just the bell went. I don't know whether it's disheartening for the fighter when he's the blood from his head and where that's come from, because it did seem to start bleeding.
Nasavic, before he started just one of the referees started put one hand on his knees and bent over in a tripod position. Not great at the start of the second round.
Not much poker face there. On the other hand, Saiki looks very fresh.
Saiki seems to take half a step forward and then steps back too. It's as if he's waiting for his opponent to bum rush him so he can drop down and take that shot again. Oh, that's just missed the mark.
Yeah, he's well out this side.
Nice inside trip, will he get it? Oh, good balance. Nice collecting in that position. Nasavic is out this time, using the head to pressure, trying to bridge and roll. Saiki just hasn't got it.
His right hand was caught underneath the body there as he tried to roll, and he used his head to base really well. He definitely come out with meaner intentions here, Nasavic. To say he looked tired, he's come out with a a very good game plan here. You see he's heavy there over the hips of Saeed Kia.
Sharpen the arm. Again, he's going to come out the back door. Not quite. A little bit too much strength, not enough technique on the bottom position. Again, mounted. Oh no, it's half guard, Ian. Sorry, my apologies.
I think he did mount it for a second there. It was just good hips from Saeed Kia to re-pull back the half guard. Looking to pin that arm now, and look, watch him again. As soon as he lets go of the ground and pound shots, you feel the power from Narsevitsa.
Good work from the bottom though, regarding his opponent. Saeed Kia not allowing his opponent to just dominate that side control position.
Both corners are screaming angrily at their fighters. Both, I think, frustrated. They both had good moments of success in the first. For the moment, Narsevitsa is struggling to get past that guard.
Saeed Kia needs to try a butterfly sweep because the backside of Narsevitsa is way up in the air. His balance is off the center of gravity. If he gets a butterfly sweep and lifts up one of those legs, he's gonna flip him over quite easy.
And I think that's a great point, Ian. And I look and I think he's too busy trying to stop the guard pass and not thinking about doing that, because he has his legs sort of hooked behind the knees, and there's so much room he could easily put one of his legs in.
It's those little short elbows from the bottom that's creating them cuts. Again, going for that Kimura. Tried for a sweep there, missed it.
Yeah, he locked the body lock as soon as the sweep attempt came.
Straight arm lock, he's putting pressure on it. He can feel it, Narsevitsa. But to do it without locking up your arm, if he managed to get his own figure four, he might have been able to apply that. But without clasping your hands together, or hand on wrist, it's going to be very hard to get a straight arm lock from there.
See, in this position here, if he could reach over closer to the elbow and pull the elbow
There we go,
closer
he's
to
got
his
a
body.
hold of it. He's got his own wrist. There we go.
I still think if he needs to pull the elbow close to his body and use his body to pull this.
He's got 1 minute, 10 seconds to apply. Oh yes, now we could apply it. Narsevitsa needs to grab hold of the leg of his opponent. Or put his hand on the inside, grab his own thigh.
Yeah, so the rule is you're allowed to hold your own shots. You can't hold your opponent's shots. You can use your own shots to defend the Kimura. Again, when you sit up into the Kimura.
There we go, there's hands on the inside of his thigh. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's the defense to the Kimura. And the crowd appreciate the Georgian man in top position defending that submission.
Be interested to see how the judges have scored that with the attack there. That was all defense there for Narsevitsa. Although he's on top, he's not been throwing that many shots. Probably had more strikes coming from the bottom from Saeed Kia. The Georgian man lay tired. He's got his right arm right underneath the hips, and he pulls it out there to start striking back to the body.
Well, a clear dominant round for Narsevitsa, but like you said, Ian, how will the judges score that submission attempt? Because Narsevitsa kind of just laying on top. Referee having a word actually with Saeed Kia about hitting the back of the head. Again, nothing intentional.
No, I mean,
but Narsevitsa, if you notice, he has his head on the canvas when he's in guard position.
Yeah.
So the only place left to really hit is the back of his head.
oh, that was a lovely suplex there you see on the replay. A step over to mount. There was good hip movement, good guard retention from Amir Saeed Kia. Retaining guard, get back from half guard back to full guard. I mean, the referee, as you said, Ian, has warned about the shots to the back of the head. The fact he's got a cut on the crown of his head kind of indicates that some of the elbows hit that area. But again, I don't think it's anything intentional.
You know what they say, Ian? All is fair in love and war. Yeah, Amir's Syed Kia is not purposely trying to elbow the back of the head. It's just unfortunate that Nosavica has actually put his head down to the canvas, and again Nosavica with his hands on his thighs.
Well, it's like that style.
Oh, nice shot. Beautiful body lock.
I love that entry into the body lock there. He shot down low for the legs, came up to the body, and a takedown is well got up actually by Syed Kia.
Yeah, Syed Kia done really well to get back up. Needs to try and turn towards him a little bit more. Get that underhook. If he could try and get his right hand on the inside. Just try and turn and get the hand in. Oh, nicely done. Switches to the back. Now with the whizzer from Syed Kia.
He's got the whizzer, trying to use that right arm just to control. And then coming back to his
Oh, beautiful suplex.
Syed Kia.
Georgian Wrestling 101.
Syed Kia there just starting to work on the strikes rather than defend the wrestling, and that's what happens when you do.
Trying to climb to mount. Yeah, he was punching without great defense, wasn't he?
Yeah, if you've got a Georgian fighter with a body lock on you, I don't think you should be doing anything else apart from trying to defend and make sure you don't get thrown on your head.
Did you notice Nosavica put his foot into the half guard position? We were just talking about how strong this position is. He was actually on mount, but felt more comfortable stepping backwards and putting his leg between the legs of Amir Sakaya.
Again, going very high with those hips and leaving space for that knee shield to get in.
Nosavica will definitely think that he's got the second round in the bag. And if he just stays top position here for 3 minutes, I think he feels he'll have had the fight. No, nearly got him turned. Oh, beautiful work. Needs to put the pressure on now, missing with the uppercut. He can sense the tiredness of Nosavica. Needs to defend this takedown though.
That was a huge scoop uppercut. Nosavica managed to evade it.
Syed Kia allowed Nosavica to get his hands around below the waist. Once your arms around below the waist, it's near enough a guaranteed takedown. Again, he sweeps back up.
Yeah, it was that low head there. He managed to get out above the head, then a switch again of position as Nosavica comes out around the back. Solid knees to the legs. Holding on, ear on spine.
Yeah, this is wrestling. This is exactly what he's doing. He'll have done this a million times in the gym. Syed Kia needs to stop that hook going in. Needs to try and turn into his opponent now. Got to turn and get an underhook. Try and work your elbows in, but he's working his elbow to the face of Nosavica.
Well, this is why we try to put the elbow. If you put the ear onto the spine, those elbows will not land. And he's gone back. You see, he switched around. He was too far around the side, and Syed Kia could feel that.
See the blood on the back of Syed Kia.
Again, Marco having to warn Syed Kia.
He's going to clasp the hands. If he gets those fingers together, that's a takedown. There we go.
Again, see that head buried down towards the canvas.
Well, there's no denying Amir Sakaya is actually causing more damage. He's creating... What's happened here? He's looking at the position for some reason. I think he's going to check the cuts.
Yeah. It must be running into the eyes. We can't see from our angle here, but it must be running into the eye.
Absolutely exhausted.
He's only got about...
Oh, that's a broken nose. Oh, wow. We did not see that. We saw the elbows coming from behind. Amir Sakaya was elbowing from behind, and it's caught him in the nose. And obviously broken the nose. Now it all depends on whether he is allowed to continue. If he's not allowed to continue due to the broken nose, then obviously it goes to the blue corner.
Well, surely,
because it was perfectly legal what he did.
He's actually seems to be trying to put it back into place. Surely he can last a minute here with a broken nose. It's not the worst thing in the world for.
That was great refereeing, by the way.
Yeah.
He noticed there was damage. He noticed the damage was quite
significant.
Yeah, it was really bad. So anyhow, great refereeing, stopped it, looked to see what position they were in, checked that nose. Is he okay to continue? Yes. Well, let's get back in the same position.
Yes, we're into the dying seconds here now. Really, we think only Nasovica just needs to hold
on for 30 seconds.
He's going to get another.
What did I say? Saad Kair was actually creating more damage, but the dominance is coming from Nasovica. He was dominating this fight in the sense that he's controlling it on its feet, on its ground, up against the cage. But there is the damaging elbows coming down. Will we see another takedown here? Will he kick the legs or will he suplex?
He's turning around, he's getting some room into the middle of the cage. Nasovica, but Saad Kair could feel that turn.
And there we have it,
face.
3 rounds of action, and this is going to be a close one.
Both fighters exhausted here as you see the body lock there. Another takedown for Nasovica, showing that Georgian wrestling. We know the Iranians have got strong wrestling as well, but there you see that beautiful style. Dropping down for the double and then coming up for the body lock. And then dropping down there for the finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a unanimous decision in favor of your winner. In the red corner, Mukhari Nasovica!
A good point win there from Mukhari Nasovica. And that's a good learning fight. 3 rounds of tough action there. Moving him on to 4-1-0 as a professional.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on for bout 2 of the evening, so please welcome your first fighter to the cage. In the blue corner, Ilham Izrailov.
You're watching GFC 19. Next up, we have a bantamweight professional contest, and the first fighter making his way down to the cage by Jan. Ilham Izrailov. Izrailov has a record 2 wins and 1 defeat. 173 centimeters tall and only 18 years of age. Representing AFC Gabala Olympic. He's a solid wrestler. 1 TKO victory on his record, 1 decision. And he has lost by rear naked choke.
And now welcome his opponent to the red corner, Dmitry Bokvadze.
His opponent making his way down to the red corner, representing Mehmet Fight Club in Batumi, Georgia, is Dmitry Bokvadze. Bokvadze with a record of 4 wins and 1 defeat. He stands 178 centimeters tall, so a good 5 centimeters taller than his opponent. Will be interesting to see if that reach and height advantage helps him here. Israfilov, as I said, has really, if he's shown any weaknesses, it's actually been with grappling, not with the striking. However, Bokvadze is a good striker with a good reach on him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the bantamweight division. Now representing your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 18 years old. He weighed in at 61.2 kilograms. He stands 173 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Representing AFC Gabala Olympic from Gabala, Azerbaijan, please welcome Ilham Israfilov. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 24 years old. He weighed in at 61.2 kilograms. He stands 178 centimeters tall and has a record of 4 wins with 1 loss. Representing Mehmet Fight Club from Batumi, Georgia, please welcome Dmitry Bokvadze. And your referee for this bout, Łukasz Posadzki.
So here we go, bantamweight professional contest here at GFC 19. Israfilov is in the blue, Bokvadze in the red. Bokvadze, the local fighter. I say local is from Batumi. But the Georgian fighters all getting support yesterday at the weigh-ins. The height difference on paper doesn't look as obvious here, as they look very similar in stature.
Israfilov definitely light on his feet, lots of movement. Circling on the outside.
And again, we're seeing the southpaw versus orthodox.
So it'll be the right hand versus the left hand. Nice high kick there.
The left kick there, Ian. Lovely, effortless high kick.
The good thing about the left kick from a southpaw to an orthodox is that liver kick. The power from the back leg generates right through to that liver. Obviously a head kicker we've just seen, but very popular with the liver kick. Now he's switching stance, going orthodox for a second.
Yeah, he's looking to stomp down on that lead leg there of Israfilov. Nothing rushed so far, both having a look, feinting. Maybe trying to draw a reaction.
Israfilov dropping the lead hand every time the Bokvadze looks as if he's going to throw. He needs to be careful. And I just wonder if that's why he threw the left kick. He might have spotted that earlier, the left high kick.
Just reaching slightly with that right hand, but you can see the danger there from Israfilov.
Bokvadze looks nice and relaxed. Good jab though. Punching from way back, needs to just relax that little bit. Israfilov is kind of rushing things a little bit.
And we've seen the left high kick, you've talked about the left midpoint kick, but the left inside kick as well, the low kick, can be really good against an opposite stance fighter. You know, if you could power into that lead leg on the inside thigh.
Exactly, and he shoots. He got caught in a guillotine, but he's on the side control, so he's safe. He's switching it. Figure four guillotine. He could put it on from here. That's tight, very tight. Jumping to the side, but he jumps, taps, he taps. Beautiful submission.
Beautiful setup there for the guillotine. As he came around the side, he actually shot the guillotine in deeper, moved into that kind of ninja position with a hand on the bicep.
It was the way he regarded it, and it was quick, it was fast. I mean, don't get me wrong, here's a feel of trying to jump from side control, or jump to side control, I apologise, to get out of the pressure, but in fact he jumped into the guard.
Yeah, you can see it here now on the replay. This is absolutely beautiful work. So deep. As he actually jumped to side control, it allowed it, because his chin came away from his head. He went very deep with that arm, locked up on the bicep, and then he re-guarded to finish the pressure on the neck. Lovely submission there.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes 19 seconds of the very first round, we have a winner due to tap out from a guillotine. In the red corner, Dimitri Bovadza.
There's the official announcement. Your winner from Georgia, Dimitri Bovadze of Mehmet Fight Club. Now 5-1-0 as a professional.
მოგესალმებით ყველას, მადლობა მოსვლისთვის, შემოქმედებისთვის. პირველ რიგში მადლობა ჩემს გუნდს, მემეტეს, მადლობა ორგანიზაცია GFC-ს და გიორგი გაბულაშვილს. მოკლედ, ერთი-ორი სიტყვით მინდა გითხრათ ჩემს შესახებ. ვარ დიმიტრი ბოლქვაძე, MMA-ის მებრძოლი და ძალიან დიდი სურვილი მაქვს, თუ რა თქმა უნდა ეს ორგანიზაციის სურვილებში შედის 61 კილოგრამში. ორგანიზაცია GFC-ის ხამრისთვის ვიჩხუბო. თუ ამის საშუალება მომეცემა, ყველას გაჩვენებთ, თუ როგორი ჯოჯოხეთის დათება შემიძლია ნებისმიერი მებრძოლისთვის, რომელიც ჩემთან ერთად ოქტაგონს გაიყოფს. მადლობა კიდევ ერთხელ.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your winner, Dimitri Bovadza. Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a featherweight bout, so please welcome your first fighter to the cage. In the blue corner, Becca Eraza.
You're watching GFC 19. Next up, we have a featherweight professional contest. This is the first of the contests on the card with two fighters from Tbilisi. Becca Eradze in the blue here, representing Reformer Fight Club. He's got a record of 6 wins and 3 defeats. His last win was a TKO by body kick. He's got 2 TKOs in his record, 2 submission and 1 on points. However, he has 2 losses by KO and 1 decision loss on his record as well, showing can be vulnerable. Dangerous striker, will come out fast early. 31 years of age now, standing 171 centimeters tall.
And now, welcome his opponent to the red corner, Saba Hervilia.
So his opponent making his way down to the red corner, representing the Georgian Wizards team again here in Tbilisi, Georgia, is Saba Hervilia. Hervilia with a record of 3 wins and 2 defeats. His last opponent didn't come out for round number 2. Again, he's a dangerous striker, heavy-handed, but he has 2 submission losses on his record, 1 by guillotine, the other by rear naked choke. So on paper, Iradze in the blue is possibly the striker, Hervilia, sorry, the other way around, Iradze more the grappler, Hervilia more the striker. However, we've seen so many times what happens on paper can definitely go out the window, especially with a local rivalry like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GSC bout in the featherweight division. Now introducing your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 31 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms. He stands 171 centimeters tall and has a record of 6 wins and 3 losses. Representing Reformer Fight Club from Tbilisi, Georgia, Bekir Iradze. And now, welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 24 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms. He stands 173 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 3 wins with 2 losses. Representing Georgian Wizards team from Tbilisi, Georgia, Saba Hervilia. And your referee for this bout is Marco Bruisen.
Definitely 50-50 here on the support in the arena. Iradze in the blue, Hervilia in the red. Local rivalry, featherweight professional contest. Touch of gloves and they will begin. And again, orthodox versus southpaw. This time the southpaw is in the blue corner.
See the muscular stature on both these guys.
Yeah, both similar in stature, short, powerful.
Nice. Shot in for that takedown as soon as the kick went high.
And trying to power that arm in guillotine.
Oh, I thought he was going to tap there, but he kind of just tried to push off the head. He's out. Looks like he's safe. Or is he? Or is he? That looks very... He's out! He's out! He's out! Oh, he is gone unconscious! Great strength. We were just talking about the physique. Obviously, technique comes into this, but that was pure strength. Arm in guillotine, squeezed until Hervilia, he just went out. Doesn't know where he is, what's happened, but what a great finish from Iradze.
And I talked about Iradze being the grappler and Hervilia being the striker. Now Hervilia surprised as they're powering in for that takedown. However, he was caught in the arm in guillotine. He tried to push the hand on the face. Iradze kept it tight, and that was the second guillotine loss for Hervilia in his career. The first time he's gone completely unconscious.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 44 seconds of the very first round, we have a winner due to a guillotine in the blue corner, Becca Arranza.
So there you go, arm in guillotine for Becca Arranza, moving him to 7-3-0. A good record in his 10 professional contests.
So when you woke up, so why stop it? Yeah, you were sleeping.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to thank our general sponsors for this event again. Eurobet, Tbilisi City Hall, Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth of Georgia, VitaminE.ge. Our supporters of this tournament are Georgian Mixed Martial Arts National Federation, security company Victoria Security and Matrix Fitness, and live all around the world, a big thank you to Georgian Times TV. Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a lightweight bout, so please welcome your first fighter to the cage. In the blue corner, Armen Ohanyan.
You're watching GFC at 19. We're live from the Olympic Palace in Tbilisi, Georgia. This is a lightweight professional contest, and the first fighter making his way down to the blue corner is Armen Ohanyan. Ohanyan represents the Fight Life team out of Banazon, Armenia. The first of two brothers you're going to see in the next two fights. The record of 3 wins and no defeats. His wins come in 1 by knockout, 1 by submission, 1 on points.
Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome your fighter to the red corner, Yuri Beridza.
Again, huge support for the fighter coming out to the red corner. This is Yuri Beridza. Beridza represents the 13 Legion team. They fight out of Akhelsike in Georgia. He also has a record of 3 wins out of 3 contests. Slightly taller of the two fighters, about 4 centimeter height advantage. 21 years old against the 30 years of Ohanyan. Yuri has 2 wins by arm triangle on his record, 1 win by strikes. The last arm triangle very fast in the first round.
GSC bout in the lightweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 30 years old. He weighed in at 70.3 kilograms. He stands 170 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 3 wins with no losses. Representing Fight Club, Fight Life. From Armenia, please welcome Armen Ohanyan. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 21 years old. He weighed in at 70.3 kilograms. He stands 174 centimeters tall and has an unbeaten professional record of 3 wins and no losses. Representing 13 Legion, Mikhail Mesky Club. From Georgia, Yuri Beritsa. And the referee is now Lukas Musashi.
So here we go, GFC at 19. Lightweight professional contest. Ohanyan in the blue, Beritsa in the red. This is Armenia versus Georgia. And a
shoot immediately, Ian. Didn't give him time to think.
As soon as he was in distance, he dropped the levels. He's hooked round. Linked his hands at the back.
Try and figure 4 those legs.
That's it, trying to step back over. And you can see there, Ohanyan wise to that, using that left leg to stop him. And so often you see fighters get past the legs and want to go around to that left, towards his left, but it's getting more and more common that they'll step back over and lock those legs up, isn't it, with the figure 4?
Yeah, well, it became popular by the unbeaten fighter from Russia,
Khabib Nurmagomedov, who we had the pleasure of commentating some of his earlier bouts.
We did, back in M1 days, yeah. Khabib moved on from there, but look, we have a body lock now. He may try and reverse over from the top here.
Yeah, he's trying to get deep under there.
But Yuri Beritsa, he's not letting go of that body lock himself. Steps into half guard now. Kind of stalemate right now. Referee may stand it up.
Yeah, Lukas Buzaki looking on carefully.
Body lock for body lock.
If Beritsa can get his head clear, he's trying to
There
get
we
the
go,
head up.
that's a little bit better now. He can move. Now he stepped over to mount position, but good work. Back to half guard. Got the butterfly. Will he try and sweep him?
Yeah, he's been using that left leg really well to block and then gets in as a butterfly. That time he just raised the hips.
He's got a guillotine.
The full mount.
He's in a guillotine. Well, slamming it could actually tighten that up, so he needs to be very careful. He needs to put a lot of pressure on with that left shoulder.
Yeah, I think the left shoulder is taking the pressure where there's no real tightness on the left-hand side of the neck. Beritsa probably isn't going to get choked unconscious with that, but it's going to be very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable indeed, but Beritsa's doing the right thing. He's tripoding up, which means he's up on the toes
and pushing all
backside
that weight
right up high,
shoulder.
pushing that weight right down on the left shoulder and into the jawline of Ohanyan. Trying to body lock the legs now is Ohanyan.
And the other thing is, this is going to take a lot out of the arms of Ohanyan. You know, he's attacking and fighting for a guillotine that's probably not going to be able to finish the fight with.
Yeah, your arms get pumped, don't they? As soon as you stop, and all the lactic acid that build up in there.
They really do.
The grimace on the face of Beritsa. But the man is too experienced. Both guys unbeaten. Both guys 3-0. Again, trying to work that body lock from bottom position. Not allowed to grab one digit. You can grab 3 or 4, but you can't grab one. Grabbing the thumb was Beritsa.
Classed as small joint manipulation on the rules. So here, I mean, what I'd like to see from the bottom from Ohanyan is if he could just try to clear that left arm. You know, he could keep the left arm, his left arm around the neck, but if he could get this one underneath and try and clear that one from his shoulder, then he got a much better attack on a guillotine. I think he's going to find it very difficult while that shoulder's still in his jaw.
So who's winning this round, Ian? One guy has the guillotine on, but unsuccessful to apply it. Now he's left go. Or the guy who's in the guard who's being guillotined.
I think the crowd thinks it's Yuri Beritsi, even if the judges don't. He's got his head clear. Let's see if he can start to work these strikes in.
Well, when you've had your head stuck in the guillotine for 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes, you need to start work now. When he's not, he's got the hands around the head.
Yeah, and the thing there is it's not very good for his base. You saw there, Ohanyan tried to get a sweep. I'd like to see Beritsi finish strong here. 30 seconds left. I'm sure the corner is screaming at him. We can hear his cornerman, Mikhail Meski, there next to us.
Meski he's never once kept quiet throughout this whole 5 minutes. He is what you call a real fighter, a real cornerman, giving every little bit of instruction to his fighter. We're down to 10 seconds now of round one. A very, very close match on this first round, albeit that Beritsi was in top position. Ohanyan has been on his back for the full length of the round.
Yeah, Beritsi was on
but
top
it's the
position,
submission
ending
attack.
The submission, yeah. And even if it wasn't massively close, we saw the grimace on his face. It was tight enough to cause that. And I'm sure we're going to see that on the replay now. So there was the shot that came from the changing rooms as he dropped down the levels. So we're not seeing much here of the replay. We're actually going to see the corner work here of Mikhail Meski, opening up the nostrils, trying to get the air, the oxygen into his fighter, who, as I said, it possibly wasn't the closest attempt at a guillotine, but when you've got someone holding onto your neck for that long, squeezing tight, you can't get the breath in. It is tiring, it's draining. How much will that take out of him is more important than whether it was close to a finish.
Referees had to tell both cornermen to please leave. Seconds out has been called. Referee explaining you can't grab one finger.
Bouncing around with a very positive body language is Armen Ohanyan. Touch of gloves, and then we're going to see Beritsi shoot again.
Oh, nice right hand.
Strikes.
But he went in too vicious, that was it.
Now he's looking for an arming guillotine of his own. Settles for the full guard. So there was the heavy, powerful bombs of Beritsi that forced Ohanyan to change levels, drop down for the leg, and now
Position has changed, Ian. From being on his back the full round, he's now in top position.
it'll be very interesting.
Again, Ohanyan, though, just underhooking the body. We need to see some damage here.
Yeah, holding on tight, Beritsi. But Ohanyan should here be able to break free, posture up, start to work some strikes. He's settling here too much for my liking, for the hands being around the neck. So what we're seeing here is a reversal of the positions in the first round, with Beritsi on the bottom, Ohanyan on the top. I'd like to see Ohanyan starting to try and work.
He needs to posture. He needs to posture. He can't just lay there with his chest on chest. It is a winning tactic as such, because you're in top position, you're not allowing your opponent do much, but it doesn't leave a lot for the judges to score. And all it takes is for the bottom guy to apply a submission and maybe not even get it, just apply it, and he could win the round, because you need a posture, you need to create damage. MMA is all about creating damage.
And if we look at that rationale and look back at the first round, the judges could have scored the first round to the man here on top in the blue.
Oh, without a doubt, Ohanyan could have got that because of that, and the length of time the submission was on.
And then we see him here on top, just doing enough to win. Could this be a situation where Baritzi's going to go out for round number 3 with a lot of work to do. We're halfway through the fight now.
Well, I would think Baritzi will think he won the first. If he's down here for the next 2.5 minutes, he's going to think he's lost the second. So he's going to come out held for leather. Maybe both will. Both of them will be looking for the win in the 3rd round. But we've still got half a round to go.
Oh, there you see Ohanian trying to pass. Trying to get past those legs, but...
Now let's see if he postures a little bit here. He's putting pressure on the neck. Normally what I like to do is put pressure on the neck with a cross face, and that's just ready to throw my big right hand down. But I will never do it from chest to chest.
2 minutes left now in the 2nd round. Ohanian still struggling to get past that. It does look like he can, as he pressures, surely he can get that left knee up and just try and pin the bottom leg and start to try and pass. Too happy to settle in this guard. In a close fight, you have to take these risks.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the wrestling scenario. Is an armbar going to come on? Lucas Buzzati telling him not to put his toes through there. There's the armbar attempt. His elbow is free. It's not going to work. Once the elbow comes past the groin, and that has given advantage to Ohanian.
Ohanian tries to pass, turtled up is Baritze.
Taking the back now, but good work. Baritze gets back to his feet. Guillotine attempt again.
Yeah, well, he
But jumping to side control. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Very hard to apply your guillotine from this position.
It is so many times we see the one flu choke from
here.
here.
We go.
We've seen the heavy pressure that Ohanian can use if he...
Used it to reverse. Great work. Takes the back himself. Baritze with great wrestling.
Baritze with the hooks in. Well, one hook in. Can he secure the 2nd hook? Possibly a little high up here, and you can see
Ohanian grabbing the head. Yeah, grabbing the head, make them slide off the back. Very equally matched, this bout. When one capitalizes, the other one defends, and vice versa. But Baritze for now is in top position. Going to slide off the back now, coming out the back doors, Ohanian.
Yeah, again, we see this. When they go up high, just try to tripod, bum right up in the air, trying to slide him off. That was a good, solid 2nd round in.
Again, so equally matched, tough one to call. And it's hard as well, us as commentators, looking at it from a judge's point of view.
Yeah, it really is, and that's going to be a tough one because it depends how you look at it. I mean, we're going to see the replay here. What will we see? There's that inside low kick, the powerful strikes, and then he dropped down. And again, we see that guillotine. There was the hot pass, the threat of the blunt flu choke, but because he put too much pressure into that shoulder, they were back up, and it was a reversal again, and the back take there. Lovely work from Baritze. Two rounds where both have had mixed success. Definitely the toughest so far tonight for the judges.
Lucas Buzzati having a word with Baritze. I'm not quite sure what it is, but
I wonder if it's a 2nd warning for grabbing their fingers. Oh, heavy shots again to close distance.
oh, nice
solid
knee. That was a solid knee.
Yeah, the one thing you don't want when you're in that position trying to get takedown is a
Needs to hit
knee,
out from there.
knee to the midsection.
Oh, he goes for guillotine this time with the arm in. This looks even tighter though, Ian. He needs to get away from this.
Yeah, can he get that left arm right into the armpit, try to squeeze?
He's got a butterfly from there. He could try and reverse and flip over if he needs to. There's the full guard position. Oh,
Yeah,
he's gone.
yes, he's got
He's
the
out.
tap.
That's it.
Nice
Tap.
work. as soon as he got the full guard and he could pressure those hips away from him, it just tightens the Armin guillotine.
The
so
arena
much.
goes silent because the man from Georgia taps to the guillotine.
Yeah, possibly at that point, 2 rounds up, maybe a round apiece, but it doesn't matter when there's a submission. That is an Armin guillotine finish. Here we're going to see the solid knee there. It was an eventful first round.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 40 seconds of the third round, we have a winner due to tap out from the guillotine in the blue corner, Armin Ohanian.
There you go, your winner, Armin Ohanian, now 4-0, and enjoying his celebration.
And ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a featherweight bout, so please welcome your first fighter to the cage. In the blue corner, Georgi Ohanian.
You're watching GFC 19, we're live from the Olympic Palace, Tbilisi, Georgia. This is bout number 5 on the card. It's a featherweight professional contest, and making his way down to the cage is Georgi Ohanian. Just watching his brother win there. He's 30 years of age, 170 centimeters tall, also an unbeaten fighter, fighting out of the Fight Life gym in Vanadzor, Armenia. He's got 1 win inside the distance in his only professional contest.
And now welcome your fighter to the cage in the red corner, Ilya Karoknishvili. So his opponent making his way down to the red corner.
Ilya Kruknishvili, representing Guram Fight Club in Kareli, Georgia. He has a record of 4 wins and 1 defeat. That defeat was a decision loss back in February 21. His 4 victories all coming by decision. So showing he has that gas tank. You can see there in his corner. Top fighter Raul Tutaruli. Solid professional. Very good record.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the featherweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 30 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms. He stands 170 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 1 win and no losses. Representing Fight Club, Fight Life, from Armenia, Georgi Ohanyan. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 27 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms, standing 172 centimeters tall, and has a professional record of 4 wins and 1 loss. Representing Guram Fight Club from Georgia, Ilya Kuranishvili. And your referee for this bout, Marco Brusen.
You're watching GFC 19. The next bout we have is a featherweight professional contest. Ohanyan in the blue, Kruknishvili in the red. Again, we have the southpaw versus orthodox stance, and it starts with a high right kick from Ohanyan.
Fast and furious, Ian.
Yeah, these fast featherweights. His takedown was stuffed, and Kruknishvili is on top.
Kruknishvili, slightly more experienced. This is his 6th fight, 2nd professional fight for Ohanyan, but he reckons he has what it takes to beat the guy from Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, Kruknishvili as well. We say he's had 5 fights, this is his 6th fight. He's done 15 rounds. He's been the distance every single fight. That's a lot of mat time.
That's a lot of mat time. A lot of experience. Some could say it's experience, but some could say he's not a finisher.
Yeah, definitely.
Complaining about the hits to the back of the head there, Ohanyan.
I mean, that's so from
Oh, it's blood. Where's the blood coming from? A lot of blood coming from.
Is it again from elbows from underneath?
I'm not sure, but the blood is actually on the face of Ohanyan. It's on the shoulder, I apologize, sorry.
Well, I think what we can see here already, and what we can see from on paper, is that Kruknishvili is happy to sit in guard and just work away with these sort of strikes.
A lot of wrestlers will do that. You know, they transition from a wrestling background and come into MMA. And that's why a lot of them are so close to their opponent, because in wrestling you don't want to give any time. There's a referee looking at the cut, but he's happy with that. So Kruknishvili, it must be him on top position which has the cut. Hard to see from our commentary box here.
Right, he's in that full guard. He's worked him back against the fence now. Driving the knee in from inside guard and then using that to then push him back a little bit further, and he's going right up against the fence now, Ian. I'd like to see him get these arms free, start to work. And I'd love to see him start to look for a finish, because at some point in your career, if you are going to be successful in mixed martial arts, you have to get finishes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, 15 minutes every single fight you have it's a long, long time and a lot of wear and tear on your body.
And you know, and from a purely spectator point of view and a promoter's point of view, promoters want to get fighters in the main events who are good finishers.
Oh, of course they do.
You know, it's a business.
I just don't understand the hand behind the head from guard position.
Well,
You see that Karaknishvili, now he's gone for the can opener. Fair enough, I understand why he's got the hand behind the head for that.
it's a real risk.
But at
against a
one point,
jiu-jitsu
he's
guy.
he's got the hand behind the head as he's trying to punch. Short little elbows. At least he's in posture position now. But wear and tear and smothering his opponent. Karaknishvili, like we said, a lot of experience, a lot of rounds under his belt. There's the armbar attempt. He's going to try and spin around.
Yeah, well, he's really giving away that arm, and the blood is dripping down there now onto the chest of Ohanyan.
Nice, that was better ground and pound. More posture, more power.
Yeah, here you saw a bit of a disheartened Ohanyan there. He seemed to just like freeze for a second. He didn't like those strikes.
Oh, he's got the arm trap. That's better. Oh, he's covered up.
Yeah.
The referee is going to stop this without a doubt. And you spotted that first, Ian. You said he looked disheartened. As soon as there was a bit of a posture and a breathe in the ground situation, you saw Ohanyan's kind of face drop and you thought, wow, that was a disheartened look. And you have just proven that right because he covered up and the referee had to stop the fight. Good call, Ian Butlin.
So great TKO finish there. We wanted to see Karaknishvili get the finish. We want to see him with that bit of a killer instinct, and that's exactly what we saw just then. He saw, as I did, the punches. You just saw that the body language there. It was the just sort of the collapse. He just stopped everything, and he stepped things up. He smelled blood and got that finish. Great work there.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 minutes 57 seconds of the very first round, we have a winner due to technical knockout via ground and pound in the red corner, Ilya Karaknishvili.
Ilya Karaknishvili now 5-1-0 as a professional. He's got a lot of mat time in those fights. And now he's got a solid finish as well. We need 6. And focus the sponsors.
Again, we would like to thank our sponsors of this event, EuroBet, Tbilisi City Hall, Ministry of Culture, Sports, the Youth of Georgia, vitamine.ge. Our supporters are the Georgian Mixed Martial Arts National Federation, security company Victoria Security, Matrix Fitness, and Georgian Times TV. Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a welterweight bout, so please welcome your first fighter to the cage. In the blue corner, Yasser Ashayeri.
We're live here for GFC 19. We're at the Olympic Palace, Tbilisi, Georgia. I'm Ian M16 Butlin, and this is a welterweight professional contest, bout number 6 on the card. And an next fighter you can see making his way down to the cage, Yasser Ashayeri, fighting out of Meshkin Shahar, Iran. He represents Team Ali, 175 centimeters tall, and a record of 2 wins and 2 defeats. Both his wins coming by second round knockout. However, he did get knocked out himself in his last fight, and it'll be interesting to see how he comes back from that. Will it have affected him mentally as he steps here into the Lion's Den in Georgia?
And now, welcome his opponent to the red corner, Georgi Ignatashvili.
So his opponent and fan favourites now walking down to the red corner, representing the Grand Fight Club, Tbilisi, Georgia. It's Georgi Ignatashvili. His record of 3 wins and 1 defeat comes with 3 wins by strikes, all inside the distance. Made his debut back in 2022. He's already racked up 4 solid wins. We've seen him GFC. Paper, this is 2 big punchers. Neither of them particularly looking for submissions in the fights we've seen, so let's hope for fireworks.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the welterweight division. Let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 35 years old. He weighed in at 77.1 kilograms. He stands 175 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 2 wins and 2 losses. Representing Team Ali from Iran, please welcome Yasser Ashayeri. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 23 years old. He weighed in at 77.1 kilograms. He stands 175 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 3 wins with 1 loss. Representing Guram Fight Club from Tbilisi, Georgia, please welcome Georgi Grizzly Ignatashvili. And your referee for this bout, Łukasz Musacki.
GFC 19 welterweight professional contest. Asheri in the blue, Ignatashvili in the red. 2 big punchers with knockouts on their record. Neither of these fighters particularly looks for grappling here.
Oh, nice high kick. Well, they call him the Grizzly because he's so strong and powerful like a bear. His ground and pound is phenomenal. The power he can generate on the ground, big heavy hands.
He showed his intentions with that high kick early on. I saw him kick actually while he was being announced. He kicked to the top of the cage with both legs, and he's not actually as tall as the cage. So that's good flexibility, and there we see that powerful kick into the midsection. Not much defence with the arms by Ashieri as he goes for the kicks, leaving himself open himself. I don't think that's a wise move against the powerful kicks of the man from Tbilisi. That was a better low kick there from Ashieri.
Just slightly off centre of that punch there, Grizzly.
Yeah, he threatened the kick afterwards.
Surprisingly nice and composed for this fight. Normally he likes to go in and finish quick because he knows he has the power behind him.
Yeah, I think maybe with this fight, he's showing the respect because he knows he's seen those 2 knockouts on the record of Ashieri.
Oh, nice double right hook there, caught him twice. Again, Georgi's showing that power that he has.
Now those punches seem to have stopped Ashieri in his tracks. He's not come forwards. Well, he steps forward with a jab, just as I say that, but he definitely stopped his forward momentum.
Kick for kick so far. Not really turning the hips into it.
And I think you're right, this is a very composed performance, maybe a more mature performance here for Magnitashvili.
There's a right hand firing back. Ashieri just showing that if you can throw at me, I'm going to throw back at you.
Yeah, nice controlled slip from Georgi.
Georgi seems to be coming forward now. Oh, nice right hand. Sorry, left hand.
The straight left was powerful on the
Body
bottom.
lock. Oh, nice takedown. Now this is where we might see some power.
And again, he tried to go through to mount there, but he'll be happy in half guard. We've seen the power he can generate from ground and pound in half guard, just the sort we were talking about early on tonight.
Well, let's see if there's a difference compared to the other wrestlers that we've seen earlier. They like to keep chest to chest.
Well, at the moment, I think it's Ashieri that's trying to keep chest to chest with that grip around.
He needs to
underneath
cross
the
face.
armpits.
He needs to get his left hand across the face of Ashieri. Forget the punches to the body, not really causing any damage or scoring any points there. Just forget that. Get that cross face, the left hand across the face of Ashieri. Push down hard, that'll break the grip, and then you start throwing some big bombs. There we go, there's the crossface starting to come in now. Albeit he's using the hand, he should be using the forearm.
Oh, that's a very tight grip. I think here Ashieri is...
There's the forearm, there we go. That breaks the grip. Hammer fists now. Little short elbows.
And there's a lot of power in those short elbows, then he switches it to the hook.
Well, it only takes about an inch of power from those elbows to cut.
He's got a minute left in this first round.
Ashieri's not happy down there, is he?
No blood streaming out that nose now.
Yeah, he's cut the nose. Again, he used to use that cross face. Whenever someone has a hold of you like that, the only way to get free is to cross face.
Well,
The harder they hold, the more pressure and pain it is on their face.
Yeah, what you're going to see though, there,
30 seconds. Now the ground and pound's coming in. Will he flatten him out?
there's blood pouring out the nose now. I was going to say...
There's the power coming in. Oh, he's got the neck. He's got the neck. That's tight.
Choke.
That's tight. He
Rear
tapped.
naked choke.
Beautiful work. Like we said, he was a little bit more composed in this fight. Didn't rush anything. Didn't try to overpower anything. Slowly but surely, and he got the win. At the end of the day, it's all about the win at the end of a fight, and that's what he got.
Great work, and I think the blood, once he bust the nose there of Ashieri, the blood going down the back of the throat, it stops you being able to hold on the same on the bottom. So what that did was it forced Ashieri to do something different, which was to try and turtle. As soon as he did try to turtle, Ignatashvili took the opportunity to get the hooks in and a tight rear naked choke.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 minutes, 40 seconds of the very first round, we have a winner due to tap out from rear naked choke. In the red corner, Georgi Ignashvili.
Georgi Ignashvili, rear naked choke, round 1. He's now 4-1-0 as a professional.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Georgi Grizzly Ignashvili. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on for the main card of the evening. And our first fight of the main card is a bantamweight bout. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage. In the blue corner, Ashri Samasha.
It's time for the main card here, Georgian Fighting Championship. It's GFC 19, live from the Olympic Palace in Tbilisi, Georgia. We've seen 6 solid undercard fights. Now it's time for the main card. 5 professional contests starting with these 2 unbeaten bantamweights. The first one making his way to the blue corner from Tel Aviv in Israel, the Depamino and Fight Club. This is Oshri Samacha, 24 years old, 175 centimeters tall, and a record of 2 wins and no defeats. Samacha's 2 wins at both coming by submission. One of them with an arm triangle in round number 1, the other a knee bar 9 seconds into the 3rd round. That's a very fast entry into a knee bar and showing he's dangerous even in that 3rd round.
And now welcome his opponent to the red corner, Gosha Shayanatsa.
So his opponent, representing the Batumi Fight Academy in Batumi, Georgia, is Gosha Shayanidze. He has a record of 2 wins and no defeats, identical to Samacha's. He is 177 centimeters tall, 2 centimeters taller. Both identical on the weight on the scales. Now we've seen Gosha on our last 2 events. GFC 17, he won with a TKO in round number 1, 1 minute 57 seconds. On our last show, GFC 18, there was another TKO, this time the first round, 3 minutes 57 seconds. 6 minutes of action so far in his professional career, and I don't think he's lost a minute of it. A very solid fighter, but again, he's up against another unbeaten fighter who's finished both his opponents.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the bantamweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 24 years old. He weighed in at 61.2 kilograms. He stands 175 centimeters tall and has a record of 2 wins and no losses. Representing Depamino Fight Club from Tel Aviv, Israel, please welcome Ashri Somacha. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 20 years old. He weighed in at 61.2 kilograms. He stands 177 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 2 wins and no losses. Representing Batumi Fight Academy from Batumi, Georgia, please welcome Rocha Shayalinta. And your referee for this bout, Marco Brusen.
GFC 19 main card. Bantamweight contest. Somacha in the blue, Shayanidze in the red. 2 unbeaten fighters here opening our main card.
Both guys, same record, 2-0. Nice front kick up the middle, just missing the mark. Oh, whoa, whoa!
Oh, solid low kick and then the attack into the legs.
He went for the outside trip.
Shayanidze looking to control those hips.
We're going to try and see the tie-up of the legs again.
Yeah, it's starting to become a real style, that.
Keeping that half butterfly in, albeit it's on the opposite side now. He switches round. That half guard's wide open if he wants to step over to mount.
Well, I think Shayanidze, like we've seen him before, Ian, he comes out, he pressures, he works that ground and pound. Both his fights won by TKO, but he's got to be so careful here against Somacha, who is a submission artist.
Well, I've seen blood on the shoulder of Somacha already.
And again, is it coming from the fighter on the top?
So across the arm there, it's as if he's crossed-faced and got his arm full of blood. Marco Brusen, referee, telling Somacha to keep your hands off the cage. You can't put your fingers or your toes through the cage fencing.
Yeah, you can see the fresh blood there just next to the fighters. It must be coming from the nose, I think, of Shayanidze, where he was caught on the way in there. Looking for submission from underneath. Trying to work those legs up. It's hard when your head's against the fence.
Very hard, but like you said, submission expert. You normally climb the legs up, swing around into an armbar. But for those that don't know, it's actually illegal to put your toes through the cage fencing. You can push the base of your foot from it, but you can't use the cage fencing to climb around.
Now, one thing with when you're standing up in this sort of tripod position and pressuring in here, it makes it very difficult for the person underneath to work in. However, he is leaving his legs open where we could possibly see the underhook from the man who finished his last fight with a knee bar. If he could get in and get entry into those legs.
I know, beautiful submission from your back there into the knee bar. You can spin in and underhook for the knee bar.
I definitely think it's something Shayanidze needs to be aware of and careful of. I'm sure the corner will be shouting at her.
The good thing about these kind of things, like if I'm on my back grappling like this and the person's in my guard, I will go for submissions. Not so much to submit someone, but what it does, it opens up for me to stand up, or it opens up for me to spin out and do reversal. Yeah, it makes the person on top react.
Yeah, don't let someone just settle into being on top punching you.
Again, you can see Somacha opening the guard, trying to spin around, albeit he didn't quite get round that time. But he's got the arm secure on the left-hand side.
Yeah, definitely, and trying to fight for that inside position with the other arm as well. It's nice to see one of the fighters now underneath who's really trying to work his legs up. You know, he is trying to really threaten. He's not letting Shayanidze settle for 1 second on top.
Try to push away. He needs to use that cage to get back up as well. It's all right knowing submissions from your guard. You've got to learn how to get back to your feet from your guard. What I call elbow, hand, hip. You push on the head, you go to your elbow, then onto your hand, and then you hip back up against the fence. and you climb up. A lot of people say you should wall walk, keep your back nice and square on the cage, and then wall walk and try and push up. I disagree. It's an easy way to be taken back down.
I've been teaching your elbow hand hip since you taught it me, and it's worked very well for our fighters up against the fence.
Well, show me a fight where I've never got back to my feet. I only teach what works. Elbow hand hip works tremendously for me.
But at the moment, like you're saying, Samacha, although he's underneath, although he's trying to climb those legs with threaten, he's not done much to threaten. He's not got anywhere close to a submission attempt yet.
Albeit the man on the top, Shainitsa, he's winning this round.
He's got his head
smothering his
against
opponent.
that
Yeah.
fence. You know, and even so much as he's putting his shoulders onto that bottom bar. So difficult to get your legs up high and work guard work when your shoulders are actually on there. And again, this is something that's different in different cages, Ian, because you know you get this cage where they've got the bar across the bottom and your shoulders on there, so difficult. Whereas some you'll get it like a clean straight down and your shoulders are still on the mat in that position.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Different cages have different kind of foam matting on the bottom. But that was a powerful, strong kick, Ian.
It really was. Powerful kick, and then the entry into the legs, looking for that double. He's happy to come up, pull those legs away, and then again we see him trying to wrap those legs in that figure four. And then it was ground and pound. The story of that first round really was ground and pound, striking from inside the guard. And Samacha trying to get those legs up, trying to do something, but just not being able to while his head was crushed against the fence. Round number 2, GFC 19.
Oh, he doesn't need to be taken down again. And he has. Samacha is on the seat of his pants. Now he's going for the switch. Good. He can get out of this. Beautiful work. That was a nice switch. Don't forget it.
Yeah, great work. Good wrestling for the man from Armenia.
Shainitsa, if he gets his hands clasped behind the backside, he will get the takedown, but no, good work again. Samacha realizes he can't afford to be on his back again. Oh, he just basically manpowered him down to the ground that time.
Yeah, locked those arms around the lower back, drops him down.
Half guard position.
You see the difference there with that half guard. He's got the nice low hips. We've seen a few of the fighters earlier on with the hips up high in that position.
Oh, he's going for the heel hook. Yeah, oh, yes. That was great work. That's beautiful.
Lovely entry there. And nice.
He missed it. Oh, my word. When you go for a heel hook like that, you have to have in the back of your mind your escape. Yeah. If you go for a heel hook, you can't think, oh, I missed it, and allow your opponent to get back on top of you. You have to, if the heel pops out, keep hold of that foot, keep hold of that ankle, and then you've got to push it down to the ground and work yourself on top.
Well, let's talk about the escape. Shainitsa pointed his toes, turned the heel in. It was a really nice escape there from what is a very bad position.
Well, let's hope Samacha just doesn't get comfortable on his back here. Needs to work hard.
Be interesting now to see Shainitsa, is he going to be feeling the threat now from underneath? He knew that there was submission danger. He knew that, especially the entry into the knee bar, for example. However, now he's put his leg in where he thought he was okay, and he ended up in a heel-up position, having to defend. Halfway through the fight now.
Well, as we've seen in previous fights, Ian, it's this smothering position that the wrestlers like to do. Chest to chest, head down, short little punches, ride the round out. But in the same sense, he is not allowing Samacha to pull off any submissions when he's this close. It was only when he postured, Samacha managed to spin into that heel hook. So now he's going to keep even tighter and even closer.
Well, another point to note, Ian, this is the first time Shainitz has been in the second round. You know, so he's had 2 fights where he won every single minute of the rounds. Here he's had to really work, he's had a lot to think about. And even if he has dominated, and I think we're both in agreement that he's dominated this fight so far, he's not had it all his own way.
Oh, definitely not, definitely not. And the fight's not over until that 15th minute goes.
No, very true. I think already a good learning fight for both these fighters. You know, these fights are good for 2 unbeaten fighters, 2-0, 2-0. This is a good fight at this stage in their careers. Too often you see fighters where they're avoiding these other unbeaten fighters. Really trying to get his head off the fence, try to get a turn. Is Samacha.
What Samacha needs to learn when he gets back to the gym is how to get back up to the cage from here. You can see he's trying to work submissions. You can see he's trying to put his foot on the hip. You can see he's trying to turn in for an arm bar. As we've already seen, he's already went into a heel hook. But if you can't submit somebody, you're on your back for the full fight. You need to be able to get back to your feet.
And I think the other thing here, Ian, is that, you know, he's working really hard on keeping Shainitz in his guard, not letting him pass, but sometimes it's better to let him pass to half guard.
Yeah, sometimes you can let them pass and you can escape from there, but because his jiu-jitsu must be that good from the guard, he wants to keep him in the guard.
Yeah.
His submissions are that good from the guard. He wants to keep him in the guard.
And it's a good example of how grappling for MMA is different to grappling
Oh,
for
without a
jiu-jitsu.
doubt, without a doubt. I've said it many times before, when I was matched with a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I used to love it. Because black belts in jiu-jitsu are really, really great for jiu-jitsu and submissions, but very, very bad against the likes of an opponent like me, who's a good wrestling ground and pound.
Well, there we go to finish 2 rounds of action there. For me, Shainitz took both those rounds.
Yeah, without a doubt, and I can't argue with that.
But the arms in the air there for Samacha, who's trying to maybe stay positive. As we see the body lock there, this is probably the best steps you see there. Like, his legs were in the best position, and very good defence there. At the same time as pointing his toes and turning his heel in, he was pushing the reaping leg over and out the way.
What didn't help was the fact that Samacha turned so that the foot was on the canvas. He
Yeah.
should have turned so the foot was up in the air. Once it goes down to the canvas, it's very hard to apply a submission.
Yeah, you lose the bite on the heel, don't
Of
you?
course you do.
Well, here we go with the 3rd and final round here in the first fight on our main card, the Georgian Fighting Championship 19. I'm Ian M16 Bullin, sat here with Ian the Machine Freeman. We're ready for the big last round. I don't think this is a case of whoever wins this round wins it. I think Shainitz is ahead. I think Samacha has got to come out and do something special.
Yeah, Samacha's got to kind of keep away and either use striking or be in top position, because if he goes to his back, I cannot see Shainitz being submitted, to be honest. And that was a beautiful kick into a double.
Yeah, the low kick into that attack there.
We need to see good defence, but I think he's got the body lock. Has he got both hands clasped together? It's hard to see from this
I
position.
think Samacha's trying to keep his left elbow in and keep the bicep. He's got that, and he managed to turn that into an
He's
underhook.
got to fight with all his might here. He's got to defend this takedown. It's not a matter of, okay, if I get took down, I'll try and stand back up, because he's never attempted to stand up once.
No, there he's seeing, he's showing that bit
He
of
needs to be
strength
careful
there.
dropping down the guillotine. You've got to make sure it's 100%. That is not 100%. That was a sloppy attempt at a guillotine. I'm sorry, Samacha, but you should have worked harder for that, or left it alone.
I think the one thing there is, if that was just a wrestling round, if he was in the gym and he was just doing wrestling, Ian, he'd have carried on defending that takedown. But this is the seductive nature of submissions. He sees a half a submission there, and he forgot completely about the wrestling.
Well, unless Samacha can pull a submission off from the bottom here, I think it's going to be a 3-round smother for Shinitsa.
Yeah, I think you're right here, and I don't think we're going to see much different. I don't think we're going to see any finishing. He's not got enough of an advantage here over Samacha, where I can see him becoming dominant now in the last 3 minutes of this fight. I just think he's going to keep controlling, working away. And again, for a fighter who's 3 fights in, if he goes to 3 fights unbeaten now, and he's managed to get a good 3-round distance fight under his belt, it's probably a good thing.
Oh yeah, it's all a learning curve. I mean, although the professionals, it doesn't matter how many amateur fights you've had, rules are slightly different. As a professional, as a 2-0 record, you're still a beginner. You're still a beginner.
Yeah.
Once you start rocking up 10 pro fights, then you can say you're accomplished. You know, you've
seen a lot.
You've seen a lot.
Styles.
You've done a lot. You've tried different fighters up against you.
Well, let's not count out Samacha. His last win, that knee bar, he pulled that knee bar out in round number 3.
There's the
and here
armbar
he's going
attempt.
for the armbar. Now, the one thing we've seen so many times with top fighters, and even on 5-round fights, is that a submission fighter can turn everything round in that last round. I think one of the most famous examples of this sort of style where that happened was Anderson Silva against Chael Sonnen, and Chael Sonnen, I think it was 5 rounds in, he'd been dominating him from the top position with that wrestling sort of ground and pound style, and then gets caught in a triangle in the last minute of the fight.
Yeah, you've always got to be aware of everything. There's and as you say, there's a triangle attempt there. Obviously not in the same caliber as Anderson Silva, but it was an attempt anyway.
Yeah, well, this is it. And once you start to get tired, you know, he's holding those arms out. You've got to be careful of the up kicks and stuff. He's got 1 minute left. He cannot switch off against a dangerous fighter like Samacha. He's got a minute. He needs to stay composed, try and keep working through.
Referee was calling for action just a second ago. And as long as they keep moving, referee will be happy to keep it down there. But punching little short punches like that from your back, it ain't going to win you the fight. He needs to learn how to stand back up. Well, maybe this is a learning curve for him. It's learned him a lesson that he can't always pull off a submission from his back.
Well, this is definitely, I mean, I think for both fighters, this is a fight they needed, a fight they're going to learn from, and I think both fighters will come back better from this fight. And again, you know, he's trying so hard to stop him passing the guard, when maybe dropping to half guard and starting to work a stand-up would work better for him to get back out of this position.
Well, the closing seconds now, 3 seconds to go. It looks like the fight is only going to go one way.
Certainly that is the end of the fight. Marco Brosnan stops both fighters. And surely that's a points win for the local man from Georgia. Here's we see that beautiful low kick into the double leg. And that drop down for the guillotine that just wasn't there. Going back into this bad position where he was ground and pounded, worked away for 3 rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a unanimous decision in favor of your winner. In the red corner, Guta Shayanitsa!
There you go, win on points, his first time going the distance. That's a good learning fight. 3-0 now as a professional. And another win for Georgia.
Cannot stop it. It was glory, but he's done enough. He's did enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a bantamweight bout. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage. In the blue corner, Amil Sandreev.
GFC 19 here in Tbilisi, Georgia. It's now a middleweight professional contest with the first fighter making his way down to the blue corner from the Bad Boy team in Baku, Azerbaijan. It's Amil Sandreev. Sandreev with a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat. The graphics on the screen said it was a bantamweight, but it's not. This is a middleweight contest. Standing 174 centimeters tall, so he's short, stocky for a middleweight. We've seen many fighters in Baku, Azerbaijan over the years. Usually a predictable style of solid wrestling with big overhand looping punches. They definitely tend to throw more hooks.
And now welcome his opponent to the red corner, Tonike Igule.
Making his way down to the red corner, representing Georgia, wearing the traditional Georgian headwear, is Tonike Igule, 25 years old, 188 centimeters, so a good 14 centimeter height advantage here over the man from Azerbaijan. He's a record 2 fights, 2 wins, and represents the Guram Fight Club in Tbilisi, Georgia. Those 2 wins we saw in the last 2 shows. GFC 17 was a 1-minute rear naked choke. And then on GFC 18, we saw that knockout just towards the end of round number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the bantamweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner, This fighter is 21 years old. He weighed in at 83.9 kilograms. He stands 174 centimeters tall and has a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Representing Bad Boy Team from Baku, Azerbaijan, Amil Sandriev. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 25 years old. He weighed in at 83.9 kilograms. He stands 188 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 2 wins and no losses. Representing Guram Fight Club from Tbilisi, Georgia, please welcome Toregi Grigori. And your referee is about Łukasz Posadzki.
GFC 19 middleweight contest. From Azerbaijan we have Sadirev in the blue. From Georgia we have Grigori in the red. Big height advantage.
Oh, runs straight in with a knee.
Yeah.
He wants to finish this quick.
He's looking for another fast finish.
Wow, this is strong and powerful.
He's not letting him off the hook here, Ian. Firing those shots in, he's got control now.
Sandriev needs to weather the storm. Arm triangle. Arm triangle. He's going to tap. It is. That was quick. Oh my word.
28 seconds on the clock on the screen.
Wow. Oh my word. Well, skill, athleticism. Unbelievable.
3 first-round victories now for Taniki Grigori. This time it was a nice tight arm triangle. You see there on the replay. Dropped into that position, saw the opportunity, tightened up. Wait for the timekeeper's official time, but on the screen that was 28 seconds for an arm triangle.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just 26 seconds of the very first round, we have a winner due to tap out to an arm triangle in the red corner, Toregi Grigori.
There you go, your winner by arm triangle, now 3-0 as a professional.
I would like to thank our sponsors for representing GFC, and those are Europe Bet, Tbilisi City Hall, Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth of Georgia, Vitamini.ge. Our supporters of the tournament are Georgian Mixed Martial Arts National Federation, security company Victoria Security, Matrix Fitness and Georgian Times TV. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the heavyweights? Then please welcome them to the cage in the blue corner, Ozgur Ozpolat.
GFC 19 live, Tbilisi, Georgia, and it's time for the heavyweights. First heavyweight making his way down to the blue corner. From Asil Fight Club in Istanbul, Turkey, is Oscar Ozpolat. Ozpolat's 25 years old, 183 centimeters tall, with a record of 7 wins and 1 defeat. He's a very experienced fighter in his home country of Turkey, but this is his first time fighting outside of there. He's a Turkish champion. Experienced in boxing and mixed martial arts. It's always interesting to see someone fighting for the first time outside of their home country and looking at the different styles. The Georgians have a very distinctive and good style of wrestling. How is he going to deal with that here?
Now please welcome his opponent to the red corner, Shoto Betamitsa.
We'll talk about effective wrestling. This man can do just that. This is Shota Beklemitse. Beklemitse from Gori in Georgia, 41 years old. An impressive mixed martial arts record of 14 wins, 2 defeats and 1 draw. A mixed martial arts legend in Georgia. His record includes 6 wins by knockout, 7 wins by submission, and 2 wins by decision. Only lost inside the distance back in April 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a GFC bout in the heavyweight division. Now introducing your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 25 years old. He weighed in at 110 kilograms. He stands 183 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 7 wins and 1 loss. Representing Asil Fight Club from Istanbul, Turkey, please welcome Asgur Ozpolat. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 41 years old. He weighed in at 115 kilograms. He stands 184 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 14 wins, 2 losses with 1 draw. Representing Gori from Georgia, Shota Betamitsa. And your referee for this bout, Marco Bruersen.
GFC 19 heavyweight contest. Ozpolat is in the blue, Beklemitse in the red. 2 very experienced fighters. Ozpolat, albeit only inside Turkey. Beklemitse has fought extensively.
Different clash of styles here. Look at the size of that man there. It says 115 kilograms on my announcing card, but man, he looks so much bigger.
He's a big, strong fighter, experienced, good with submissions, good strikes. But there he's put his head.
And a takedown, wow! That was a pickup and a slam.
Well, it looked like his head might have been caught in the guillotine, but it didn't matter. He just lifted up, spun his legs into the air, slammed him down, and now he's settling. That was a nice
Yeah, he's got,
shot.
look at the posture. You can see the posture getting ready for big shots. He needs to be careful kneeing from the bottom of Splatter.
Pinning from that north-south position here.
Oh, he's going to go for a Kimura. He's got it. He tapped immediately. That popped the shoulder. That was quick.
Just ripped that out of place.
Yeah, he's a big, strong guy. That was fast. He went for the Kimura from north-south position, and my word, he got it.
Yeah, if you watched when we see the replay, that was fast. He actually just pulled the hand up away from the body and then slammed it down. Didn't give him any chance to tap, and this is the game. Mixed martial arts, you know, we're not about being nice there, but he didn't give him any opportunity to tap to that submission. Up and back. That is going to hurt for quite a while. Main event and the main event to come up. The co-main event is a featherweight super fight, and then we have the flyweights in a huge main event. Let's hand over for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 59 seconds of the very first round, we have a winner due to tap out from a Kimura. In the red corner, Shota Betlemidza.
Shota Betlemidza now 15 professional wins, 2 losses, 1 draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening, and this is a featherweight bout. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage. In the blue corner, Hamad Gunev.
This is the co-main event of the evening at GFC 19. Featherweight professional contest, the first fighter making his way down to the blue corner is Hamad Gunev. Hamad, 65.8 kilograms, 25 years of age, stands 177 centimeters tall, has a record of 4 wins, 1 defeat. Those 4 wins, 2 coming by TKO, 1 by submission, 1 by decision. His only loss was a decision loss. He represents the Batumi Fight Academy in Batumi, Georgia.
And ladies and gentlemen, now welcome your fighter to the red corner, Levin Kurtadze.
So his opponent making his way down to the red corner, representing Georgian Wizards team from Stavi in Georgia, is Levin Kurtadze. Kurtadze, 27 years old, 175 centimeters tall, giving up 2 centimeters in height, and he has a record of 5 wins and 1 defeat. The 1 defeat came by guillotine choke, shooting him for a takedown, got caught in that guillotine, and the fight was finished. A mixed bag with his wins, mainly winning by decision.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening, and this is a GFC featherweight bout. So please welcome your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 25 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms. He stands 177 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 4 wins with 1 loss. Representing Batumi Fight Academy, from Batumi, Georgia, please welcome Hamad Gunev. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 27 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms. He stands 175 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 5 wins with 1 loss. Representing Georgian Wizards team from Stavi, Georgia, please welcome Levin Kurtadze. And your referee for this bout, Łukasz Pusacki.
So here we go, GFC 19, co-main event of the evening. Ganayev in the blue, Kurtadze in the red. This one I expect to be fireworks.
Yeah, this is a very skillful matchup, this one, Ian. I saw this one on the card. I've had the pleasure of watching Gunev fight before, and he is very skillful with his stand-up, as we can see with that low kick.
Yeah, solid, sharp kick to the outside leg. I do think both of these fighters will be very happy to stay and stand and test each other's striking early on.
We will find out in just a bit. There's one leg kick for one leg kick. Retaliated back there. Oh, but there we go, Ian, with a beautiful takedown. He timed that nice, but there's the elbow hand hip. That's how you do it. Unfortunately, he's been caught from the back, but he manages to get back up.
Well, there.
Don't settle for being on your back. Get back up. No matter how good you are at your submissions, get back up. You can work your submissions from top position.
Kurtadze there definitely felt the striking and decided, no, I'm not going to have this, I'm going to shoot in.
Trying to work the underhook. He has the overhook, now the under.
Beautiful power there, pulling in the lower back. Ganayev trying to switch the hips, switch him over.
Not settling to be on his back, is he? Again, turns his back. That must be a favourite thing for him to do. It's twice he's did that to get back to his feet. Must be comfortable with someone taking his back. I wouldn't say it's the best game plan, but if it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah, we're back up against the fence, and again, this tight clinch. Katatse sucking in those hips. And the switches of position, you see Ganayev.
Ganayev is
trying
working
to move
really
ahead.
well. He's not, although he is actually on the defense, he's not allowing him to just lay there and take it. He's moving from the bottom, he's moving from the top. He's not allowing to go down easy, not without a fight.
Well, as we said, with the look at that, a split squat sprawl there to try and defend. And again, it's
I think he's on
non-stop attack.
springs.
Yeah.
That man is on springs. When he hits the floor, he's getting straight back up.
Beautiful head position there from Katatse. I mean, he's giving everything here to Ganayev, and Ganayev.
Oh, nice knee. That was a nice knee, and that hurt him. You could tell it hurt him because he let go of the body lock as soon as it happened. Oh, no. Oh, that rocked him. Big overhand right for Ganayev.
Both fighters were rocked there, Ian. Both fighters were rocked.
Oh, he went for the low kick as he shot.
It makes you wonder, did Ganayev know he'd rocked Katatse because he was rocked himself?
I said I was excited for this match. I knew it was going to be an equal matchup, and they're not proving me wrong.
No, nice.
Trying to pass the arm underneath the back.
That was
He's
a
got it
solid
as
left
well.
hand.
He's got a hold of it. He's got a hold of his arm behind his back. Again, turning to turtle position. He rolls over. Beautiful work.
Yeah, again, he doesn't mind giving up that back. Nice Granby, and then into
Well, it's working for him.
stand up. Yeah.
Like I say, it's not something I would like to teach myself, but if it works for you.
Well, it's much better than just lying there.
Exactly. It's the
Which
same.
we've seen.
It's the same principle. If someone is in your guard and they're in your guard for full 5 minutes of one round, full 5 minutes of another round, don't keep them there in the third round doing the same thing, which we've seen tonight. Let them pass if they can. Make them pass if you can. Try and slide his elbow through there. It's been all defensive work from Ganayev.
And it's not often you see a fighter who's impressive in his defence.
Oh, look
You know,
at that hip work. He got put to his back and just turned his hips, but relentless. Katatse is just absolutely relentless. And look at that little ankle pick there by Katatse. But again, Ganayev does not want to go down.
Yeah, he's let himself down there a little bit by holding onto the fence.
Is that what the referee's arguing about?
Yeah, it's a shame because he's been doing so well, and I don't think he did it. I think it was more instinct than
Yeah, I
anything.
did it myself. I did it when I fought Frank Mir. He tried to take me down. I reached out and grabbed the fence. You don't intend to do it. It's just when your body is telling you that you're falling, you need something to grab a hold of.
Yeah, I think that was purely instinct. I don't think, you know, and that's why he's given another chance. He's not got a point deduction, but it is a shame that. Nice spinning back kick there.
It was worth the shot at the end.
A body kick.
Well, a
to follow.
strong round. Levin Katatse, I think he's took it just with the constant takedowns and clinch work.
Yeah, he was constantly attacking and pushing forward. It was such impressive defence from Ganayev, but that's not enough to win the round. And here we see the replay from that first takedown, the pull out of the legs. And he chased it down that tight body lock there. Huge elbow over the top, which was followed by the right hand. That was both of them where they were rocked at the same time. And here again, just dragged down to the floor. And unfortunately for Ganayev, he grabbed out at the fence and got a warning at the end of that round.
Here we go, Ian. Let's see if the game plan of Ganayev changes. He needs to avoid that clinch work. He knows that if he goes forward heavy on the punches, Katatse is just going to shoot underneath.
Yeah, let's see if he chops away at that lead leg again to start. I think it's definitely a good move.
Oh! What a shot!
Huge
Oh!
That's
It's over! It's over!
Great refereeing there.
Wow!
Lucas jumped in quickly. He saw those shots land. There's no argument there.
No argument whatsoever. He's gone. He's gone. He may not be out, but he's definitely over.
Big knockout in round 2. The right uppercut landed before that little clip, and then that left hook, and he didn't need the rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 30 seconds of the second round, we have a winner by the way of knockout in the red corner, Levin Kutadze.
There you go, the official decision, a winner by knockout, Levin Kutadze, now 6-1-0 as a professional.
Ladies and gentlemen, our main event sponsors are EuropeBet, Tbilisi City Hall, Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth of Georgia, VitaminE.ge. Our supporters of the main event tournament are Georgian Mixed Martial Arts National Federation, security company Victoria Security, Matrix Fitness and Georgian Times TV. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. So please welcome your first fighter to the cage. In the blue corner, Ruslan Abuev.
You've been watching the Georgian Fighting Championships. This is GFC 19. I'm Ian M16 Butlin, and this is the main event of the evening. This is a flyweight super fight, and the first fighter making his way down to the cage is Ruslan Abuev, a GFC veteran with a record of 5 wins, no defeats. He represents Fight Club Gorets in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. In his unbeaten career, 5 of those wins, 3 have come by submission, 2 by decision. The GFC veteran, an exceptional fighter. He will want to impress here against the local favourites.
And ladies and gentlemen, now welcome to the red corner, Becca Gogoladze!
Ევროპა ბეთი წარმომიდგენთ GFC 19 უძლიერესი ქართული ორგანიზაციის ქამრისთვის ბექა გოგალაძე იჩხუბებს GFC-ის ჩემპიონის ტიტულისთვის ოქტაგონზე გასვლის შანსს ბექა დიდი ხანი ელოდა GFC 19-ის მთავარ დაპირისპირებაში გოგალაძეს მეტოქეობას რუსლან ამუევი გაუწევს. ჩემპიონის ქამრის საქართველოში დატოვება რთული იქნება.
ეს ბრძოლა ყველაზე მნიშვნელოვანია ჩემ კარიერაში, იმიტომ რომ საჩემპიონო ბრძოლას ჩავატარებ, მithmetes საქართველოში იქნება ეს ბრძოლა და არავითარ შემთხვევაში არ დავთვალ.
ყირგიზი მებრძოლი დაუმარცხებელია. პროფესიულ კარიერაში 5-დან 5 გამარჯვება აქვს მოპოვებული. 2022 წელს ჩატარებული სამივე ბრძოლა რუსლანმა ვადაზე ადრე პირველ და მეორე რაუნდებში მოიგო.
წაუგებელი მებრძოლია 5-0-ზე აქვს. დიდად ვერ შევაფასებ მატოჭი დაობს. მეც არაფერს არ აკეთებს. ჩემთვის ადვილია. GFC-ზე 4 ბრძოლა მაქვს ზედიზედ მოგებული და უკვე მზადვარ საჩემპიონო ქამრისთვის ბრძოლისთვის.
ბექა გოგალაძეს GFC-ის სატიტულო ჩხუბამდე მარტივი გზა არ გაუვლია. ილგარ გაფაროვთან მოგებული 2 ბრძოლის შემდეგ მან ნარეკ გალსტიანსა და სერხან ვალიდის აჯობა. ქართველი მებრძოლი ბოლო 3 ჩხუბში შეუჩერებელი იყო. ბოლო 2 ბრძოლაში კი მეტოქეები უბრალოდ არ დაედო.
გულშემატკივარს ვპირდები ძალიან მაგარ სანახაობას და ძალიან ბევრ სიცხეს.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for the main event of the evening. And this is for the GFC Flyweight Championship. So please welcome your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 22 years old. He weighed in at 57.7 kilograms. He stands 172 centimeters tall and has an unbeaten professional record of 5 wins with no losses. Representing Gorets Fight Club from Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, please welcome Ruslan Amuyev. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 26 years old. He weighed in at 56.7 kilograms. He stands 170 centimeters tall and has a professional record of 9 wins with 2 losses. Representing Guram Fight Club from Tbilisi, Georgia, please welcome Becca Gogoladze. And your referee for this bout is Marco Bruisen.
Red corner, blue corner, center of the cage. Come here. Championship bouts, 5 rounds, 5 minutes. You both know the rules. Listen to my command. Protect yourself at all times. Make it a good match. Shake hands if you want. Step back to your corners.
You heard it there, 5-minute rounds of action. Amuev in the blue, Gogoladze in the red. This is the flyweight title fight.
Here we go, Ian. Sparks are about to fly.
Well, these two have been itching to get each other. Both are fast starters anyway.
A lot of bragging rights in this fight as well. Oh, strong, powerful low kick. Amuyev starts first and retaliated Gogoladze. You could hear the screams of Amuyev as he walked in, and as his name was announced, he's fired up. Nice takedown, gets the double to side.
Yeah,
and there's the triangle of legs. We've seen this so many times tonight.
That's it, and then he moves his head to the middle where it's easier to get out. Gogolat's is staying relaxed. He's put a head back under his armpit. But good work on top there from Amuev.
Muyev unbeaten as a professional. He wants that strap.
Amuev heavy head there, pushing underneath the chin.
We'll not see any wasted efforts against these two. Both very experienced, good amateur records as well.
Rebecca himself, 7 submission wins. We've seen guillotines, north-south choke, rear naked choke. Very well-rounded. I think it was a good plan for Amuev to get that takedown top position early on.
Well, it's going to make Gogolatsa think now when he's standing up to strike. Because I think most strikers know if they go too heavy on their front leg, oh, there's a Kimura attempt. Oh, he's got it, he's got it.
Yeah,
can he rip it out though? Can he rip it out? It's hard to see where Muyev has his hands. I'm not sure if he's got a hold of his shorts, hold of his leg.
Yeah, he's actually got an S-grip
Oh,
underneath.
yeah, he's got the S-grip underneath. But if he breaks that free, we've already seen this happening in the earlier fight.
Yeah, he's really working. Can he use the legs?
No,
to try
he's
and
left
stretch
it,
him
he's
away?
left it.
The one thing you've got to think when you're trying to go for something like this that's not quite there and you've got 5 rounds to do, you need to at least conserve a little bit, fight intelligently. Nice work from Amuev, pulling the hips away from the fence there.
Again, Gogolatsa not trying to get back to his feet. There we go, now he's working. Elbow first, then the hand, and then the hip. And Muyev didn't allow him to do that. You could see him pull the hips away.
Yes, pulled the hips away, straight and back up with him and put the head straight underneath his chin.
Nice posture, that was a bit more strength in those punches by posturing up like that.
And again, he goes up, straightens the legs. That time he only straightened one leg, but it just gets him enough room to power in those shots. 90 seconds left in this first round. Gogolatsa there working that inside position with his arms, keeping those elbows in, just trying to control the head while it's above him.
Again, he's gone for that Kimura. He needs more than this in his arsenal. He's got to try and make Amuev do something wrong, try to pass, do something so that he can get from his back. Trying to go for the sweep.
Yeah, but very hard when you see Amuev with that nice, he's got that tight arms underneath, and he could just flare the elbow up just to base out with the elbow. I think we're certainly going to look at the start of the second round and a rethink here for Gogolatsa. His corner will be telling him, do not be letting him get that takedown. Because clearly we've got to say, similar to how you've discussed earlier, is that you've got fighters that don't look like because he's dominated a lot of his fights, he's possibly not the best at getting out from a bad position. And this is where it's so important in the gym to be put in bad
Oh, without a
positions.
doubt, you've got to put yourself in the worst positions ever, and up against high-class people as well. You do it against people who are just starting, you get a false sense of security thinking you can get out of it. Right, get in my guard, let's see if I can stand up. But you do it against somebody who's not as skilled as you, you're going to get up every time. Where you can just see them shaking out the lactic acid of the arms. whether he has any or not, it's still a tactic to get the blood flowing through your body, getting ready, prepared for round 2.
Yeah, certainly. Sorry, I was just getting sidetracked there. We're looking at the two corners here. There's 2 cornermen in.
Yeah, you could see the outside action. There was the referee was being told something about the cornermen.
I was trying to work out what it was. There was 2 corners in each corner, so there was nothing really to complain about there. But there was definitely some. The Georgian corner weren't happy with something from the Kyrgyzstan corner, so I'm not sure what that was. So apologies there. But as we go into round number 2 now, this is where I do think.
Oh wow, he swung for the fences there.
And
oh God, you could see that shot from a mile away. He didn't even defend it. I am so shocked at that.
And we said at the start, at the end of round number 1, look, this is definitely where Gogolatse doesn't want to get to at the start of round number 2.
He shot from halfway from the other side of the cage. No sprawl attempt, no nothing. He just grabbed that single and that was it. Very surprised at Gogolatse.
Well, you can see massive frustration in the corner, the Georgian corner there, Ian. Both of them sort of head in hands. But look, things can change around. We're only 2 rounds into a 5-round fight. This is very different to a 3-round fight. But again, this is another position where possibly letting him pass that right leg, dropping that leg to the floor and starting to work out.
Well, what I teach from here, we go elbow, hand, hip. And normally what happens, if you get to your elbow, your opponent in the guard grabs the hands around the waist like that. When they do that, the first thing you do is sweep them. Because they are locked onto your body and you turn your hips over, they have got to follow your hips. But that is not what Gogolatse did. He went to his elbow and has Amuev grab his hips. He then just tried to push out of it. You've got to sweep them from there. At least now he's on the seat of his pants, but for how long? Because he's still got the body lock. Oh, he's going to climb onto mount. He's on the thighs.
Yeah, it's just
now he slid up to mount. Bad position for Gogolatse. Oh, he's controlling him well as well. Not allowing him to turn.
Nice.
Oh, he's got the body lock. He's got the body lock.
This is lovely work from Amuev. He's been controlled, but without rushing anything.
You want to soften him up with punches first. As he tries to get up, he goes for the rear naked choke.
That could be tight.
Oh, that looks like it's on.
It does.
He's got to push that elbow. He's got to get his chin right in.
He's bleeding from
oh,
his nose.
That's it. He taps. He taps. That was enough. That was a really tight rear naked choke. But wow, we have a champion.
The new champion flyweight is Ruslan Amuev, 6-0 now as a professional. You can see huge disappointment there in the corner of Beka Gogolatse. He came out here. They had a game plan, but they were completely taken out of it. You can see there the control of the back. Locks the body lock, gets the rear naked choke. That's a huge win there for Ruslan Amuev. Now the GFC champion. And what a great show we've had as we wait for the official announcement. We've seen some solid fights. A deep guillotine in round number 2 by Boltvadze. The tight arming guillotine by Ohanyan. Some TKOs. And a big knockout by Levin Kurtadze. However, that was probably the most impressive win there in the final fight. Ruslan Amuev, champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes, 22 seconds of the second round, we have a winner by tap out to rear naked choke, and your new flyweight champion, Ruslan Evruyev. And ladies and gentlemen, awarding the belt, Georgi Kabushvili.
Thanks for watching. That has been GFC 19. We're back again soon with the 20th edition. We have a new flyweight champion.
Приветствую всех! Ассаламу алейкум! Я в первую очередь хочу сказать альхамдулилля. По воле Всевышнего Аллаха я сегодня выиграл. Также хотел поблагодарить своего тренера, который с первого шага рядом со мной, Османа Абдулазизова, весь город Джигиту зал. Огромное спасибо. Также эту победу хотел посвятить своим родителям, которые долгое время ждут эту победу мою. Мама, все, я выиграл. Можешь не переживать, все нормально. Kırgız assalamu alaikum. Bu genişti Kırgız eline arnayım. Beşi Kurdistan, Allahu Ekber.
Давай, брат, давай. Oh, yes. Keep that fucking shape. You're not here to take it like that.
ერთი მეგობრებო, ყველას ძალიან გთხოვთ მოგვეხმარეთ რინგის დაშლა.